What's up, guys? It's Ethan, and as you saw by the title of this video, we are here because the Green Bay Packers have gone all in and they have gotten Micah Parsons. In this trade, the Green Bay Packers dealt 2 first-round picks over the next 2 years and star defensive tackle Kenny Clark, and Green Bay signs Micah Parsons to a groundbreaking extension of 4 years, $188 million. He'll be making $47 million a year, and just for reference, he will be making more money annually than Patrick Mahomes. And he will also become the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. Let's take a look at this team. The Green Bay Packers are an 84 overall. They've got an 85 offense and an 83 defense for now. They finished 2024 with an 11-6 record. Their top 5 players are Xavier McKinney, Josh Jacobs, Kenny Clark will be no longer. We will make that trade in a second and get Micah Parsons in here. Elton Jenkins and Zach Tom, who they just signed to a massive 4-year, $88 million extension. This team ranks 20th in passing, 4th in rushing, 30th in blocking, 22nd in pass rush for now, 16th in coverage, and 6th in speed. And you can see all this team's dev traits in the bottom right corner. The Packers are dealing 87 overall superstar Kenny Clark in their first round picks over the next 2 years in exchange for superstar X Factor Micah Parsons. And the Cowboys are not even close to accepting this trade, so we're going to have to force it. I don't know how to force a trade, honestly, so for the time being, Micah Parsons, you are a punter. Will the Dallas Cowboys deal us their 45 overall superstar X Factor punter? They will. Here is a look at the man from Penn State, 12+ sacks in each of his first 4 seasons, the first to do it since Reggie White from the Green Bay Packers. It was also announced today that Matthew Golden will be changing his number to 0, so he will not be looking like a running back anymore. Madden, give this man a face scan. Apparently, Bo Melton has switched his position to corner, but we switched him to a corner and he's a 36 overall. But let's be honest, he's not going to be getting playing time at receiver or corner for our team this year. Here is a look at the Packers offense going into year 1. They've got a solid star left tackle. They got Aaron Banks, who they paid big money to this offseason, who was previously with the San Francisco 49ers. They've got a great center and star Elton Jenkins. They've got a guard with potential, who was a first-round pick last year out of Arizona. And they have their right tackle that we just talked about that they just paid a big extension to. They have well-known tight ends that are pretty solid in Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave. They have a bunch of receivers that are pretty decent, but no one that stands out too much. They've got rookie first-round pick Matthew Golden out of Texas. They've got Jaden Reed, former Michigan State player who's potentially a breakout. And finally, at our wide receiver 3 position, we've got Christian Watson, who has been really good at times but has struggled with a lot of injuries in his career. They also signed McCole Hardman this offseason, and they also drafted Savion Williams from TCU in the 3rd round. I absolutely loved this guy in college, but he's already dealing with injuries, and I just don't see his game translating to the NFL level. In the 2nd round, they picked up a left tackle from NC State, Anthony Belton. He's going to get a dev trait and could progress to our starting left tackle in the future. At running back, we have 90 overall superstar Josh Jacobs, former Raider. And at quarterback, of course, we have Jordan Love. Now, taking a look at the defensive side of the ball, we've got some great edge rushers on this team. Rashawn Gary and superstar X Factor new addition Micah Parsons. Former first-round pick who has not been great so far in his career, Lucas Van Ness out of Iowa, could potentially be some depth for us in the future. With former Pro Bowler Kenny Clark gone, this defensive tackle room is looking kind of weak. Now we've got Devontae Wyatt and Carl Brooks out of Bowling Green. We're going to need to upgrade this position in the future. Another big free agent acquisition this year, the Green Bay Packers acquired Nate Hobbs on a 4-year, $48 million extension. Nate Hobbs used to be my favorite player on the Raiders. This guy is an absolute dog in the slot, but he has dealt with a lot of injuries in his career. At CB2, we've got Keyshawn Nixon, who has been breaking out recently. We've got another promising young corner at CB3 and Carrington Valentine. Another guy I would have loved to see in this lineup, Kalen King. He was a 7th-round pick, I believe, from Penn State last year. I loved him coming in, but unfortunately, he was just released. We've got some promising young guys here at free safety, Javon Bullard and Evan Williams. At strong safety, we've got superstar X Factor, Xavier McKinney. He was picked up by the Packers last offseason. Isaiah Simmons has always been a Madden legend, but he was just released by the squad. Now looking at the linebacker unit, at will linebacker, we've got Quay Walker, a former first-round pick who the Packers acquired with the Raiders' first-round pick from the Devontae Adams trade. At Mike linebacker, this guy's a stud. Edgerrin Cooper out of Texas A&M, a second-round pick from last year. I loved this guy coming out. And at Sam, we've got Isaiah McDuffie. We've got some more edge rusher depth with Colin Oliver. He was, I believe, a 5th or 6th round pick out of Oklahoma State. And at the beginning of last year, he was seen as a first-round pick, so I think he's still got some potential. We make our last change to the lineup, slotting in Nate Hobbs at slot corner where he plays best. Now we're ready to get into this season. The Green Bay Packers have gone all in this offseason, so let's see if it's going to pay off. Also, just to let you guys know, we will be using realistic draft classes in all of our videos. Comment down below a breakout player who's going to emerge this season in college. We are going to sim 3 games at a time and then go look at the stats. But in its first game, we are playing the Detroit Lions. We got to hop in here for a minute. The Packers are up 24-14 right now, just 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Let's take a look at this offense. We are going to hit Matthew Golden over the middle, and he will score. In game 1 of this season, the Lions do not have the same offensive firepower without Ben Johnson, and the Packers are going to take the win. Jordan Love, 12 for 19, great QBR, 2 touchdowns, no picks. He had a very efficient game. Our bell cow running back, Josh Jacobs, 13 carries for 111 yards and a TD. Matthew Golden had a big game in his debut in a Packers uniform. Tucker Kraft also had a big game, 4 receptions for 70 yards. And Christian Watson was able to catch 2 balls for 37 yards and get a touchdown. Micah Parsons in his debut with Green Bay, he notches 2 sacks and 6 total tackles. We were also able to get a sack this game with Lucas Van Ness, and we were able to get a pick with second-year player Javon Bullard. In week 2, Green Bay's defense was able to absolutely shut down Jaden Daniels, allowing just 6 points on the day. Jordan Love finishes the game with another efficient 180 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Daniels, not so much, as his completion percentage is only 50, and he only throws for 108 yards, no touchdowns, and a pick. Josh Jacobs had a kind of quiet day on the ground for his standards, and Marshawn Lloyd, second-year player out of USC, was able to get a touchdown. Christian Watson today was our standout receiver. He gets 6 catches for 108 yards and a touchdown. Another incredible defensive game for Micah Parsons. 2 sacks, 2 TFLs, and 9 tackles on the day. We were also able to get a sack with Rashawn Gary, and Xavier McKinney was able to pick off Jaden Daniels. In week 3, Green Bay is going to play Cleveland, and they win 20-10. A great game from Jordan Love, 260 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Here we've got Shedeur Sanders already starting for Cleveland, pretty surprisingly, as it looks like Joe Flacco has maybe been released by the team. Shedeur completing just 10 of 23 passes for 116 yards. At least he didn't turn the ball over, but this Packers defense was able to shut him down. An incredible game from Josh Jacobs, 23 attempts for 123 yards and a touchdown on the day. We have the top 3 of this receiving core in pressing today. 6 receptions apiece for Christian Watson and Matthew Golden, and Jaden Reed gets 3 receptions. Is this becoming a trend? Micah Parsons has gotten 2 sacks every single game. Rashawn Gary and Isaiah McDuffie also notch sacks for this team. Also a big day for the rookie out of Michigan, as he notches 2 sacks and a TFO. Through 3 weeks in the season, we are 3-0. As you can see, Josh Jacobs, sitting just behind Christian McCaffrey, is almost leading the league in rushing. Also, we have Micah Parsons tied with Bradley Chubb, leading the league in sacks. It is week 4, Sunday night primetime. The Green Bay Packers are facing the Dallas Cowboys. I did not know this game was coming so quickly in the season. Surprisingly, the Cowboys are 3-0 this season in a division with Jalen Hurts in the Eagles and Jaden Daniels in the Commanders. Let's hop straight into this game. Just over 2 minutes left. We've got 3rd and 10. We've got to make a play. We'll put Tucker Kraft out in motion to the right. We are going to chuck one up to Jaden Reed on the fade route, and he will get it. Touchdown, Green Bay. Here we have our first look at Micah Parsons playing against his former team. Let's see if he can make a play. He cuts inside, and him and Devontae Wyatt are going to get to the quarterback for the sack on 2nd down. On 3rd and long, Micah Parsons and Quay Walker are able to get to the quarterback and make the stop. We are up just 3 here in the 4th quarter. It's 3rd and long. We got to make a stop. Micah Parsons sheds a tackle, and he gets to Dak for his 3rd sack of the day. The Cowboys kicked the field goal there, and no more points were scored in regulation. We've got overtime. Let's start it off by giving it to Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs. Big run for him, and he'll get the first. Here on 2nd down, we will run the play action to the right side. Let's see if we can get Christian Watson to make a play. Can he hold on to it? He can, and we are down to the 27. Let's see if we've got Matthew Golden on the left side of the field. He's open. He is going to connect for a touchdown, and the Green Bay Packers are going to win this game, and they will advance to 4-0 on the season. I thought overtime would end with a touchdown, but the Cowboys got a chance to tie this game back up, and they ended up kicking a field goal for some reason, so we still are going to get the dub. Big game from Jordan Love here, 127 QBR. He threw 22 of 29 for 292 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. For some reason, the Cowboys have Tyler Algier. Not sure why. I don't think he's on the squad in real life. Josh Jacobs, 11 carries for 54 yards. He had a solid day. We also had huge games from Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, and Tucker Kraft was able to catch a touchdown in this one. We were also able to get a touchdown with Jaden Reed. Micah Parsons is going to end this game in his reunion with Dallas with 4 sacks and 3 TFLs, 8 total tackles. Kenny Clark for Dallas was also able to get a sack and TFL for them. With Josh Jacobs only having about 50 yards in this game, it looks like this did help them stop the run. Jordan Love was picked off in this game by Trayvon Diggs. Here we are going to give Zach Tom his 4-year, $88 million extension that he received in real life. We are also going to give Micah Parsons his 4-year, $188 million extension that he got in real life. We were able to get a player of the week with Micah Parsons, and even better, he was able to do it against his former team. In week 6 of the NFL season, we took our first loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, 24-14. Joe Burrow had a great, efficient game, and Jordan Love had an okay game. He did not put the ball in the air too much. Josh Jacobs had 20 carries for 74 yards, and it looks like Marshawn Lloyd stole another one of his touchdowns. We had everyone taking down Joe Burrow today. Devontae Wyatt got a sack and a half. Edgerrin Cooper got 1. Quay Walker got 1. We got 1 from Isaiah McDuffie and 1 from Micah. In week 7, we were able to take down the Arizona Cardinals 30-10. Incredible, efficient game from Jordan Love. Not so much from Kyler Murray as he threw 2 picks. Josh Jacobs had a solid day on the ground, 20 carries for 85 yards. Christian Watson has continued to stand out as a receiver with 5 receptions for 72 yards and a touchdown. We were also able to get touchdowns with Jaden Reed and Tucker Kraft in this one. On defense, Quay Walker, Devontae Wyatt, and Micah Parsons were each able to notch a sack. Quay Walker was also able to get an interception along with that, and so was Keyshawn Nixon. Here in week 8, the Green Bay Packers were able to destroy Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Incredible game from Jordan Love. He has shown Aaron Rodgers that it's time to hand off the keys. Aaron Rodgers, it looks like it's about time to retire. Monster game from Josh Jacobs in this one, 19 carries for 117 yards. Christian Watson is able to get 4 touchdowns in this game. Wow. Matthew Golden also has a solid day and is able to get a touchdown. Aaron Rodgers gets picked off 3 times, all by the same guy. Up and coming quarter, Carrington Valentine, a 3rd-year player out of Kentucky. I really like this guy coming out, and he's got a bright future in the league. Micah Parsons was able to sack Aaron Rodgers in this game as well. In week 9, we played the Carolina Panthers, and we were able to take care of business. Jordan Love has a pretty decent game on the day. Bryce Young, not so much. We were able to lock him up. A big game from Josh Jacobs on the ground, 19 carries for 91 yards and a touchdown. Marshawn Lloyd also stands out in this game as we run all over this Carolina defense. Christian Watson continues to have an incredible season, 4 receptions for 94 yards and a touchdown. A great game from Matthew Golden also. 5 receptions for 58 yards. Nate Hobbs in this game finally is able to get his first pick of the season. We also get half sacks with guys like Rashawn Gary, Xavier McKinney, Keyshawn Nixon, and Devontae Wyatt. Here we just barely lose to the reigning Super Bowl champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, as they drop 14 on us in the 4th quarter. Jalen Hurts has a great game, but he does throw a pick. Jordan Love also has a good game. Here you can see the rushing stats for this game as Josh Jacobs is going to get a touchdown. Another big day for Christian Watson, and Matthew Golden has a great game as well. Nate Hobbs in back-to-back weeks is going to get a pick. He's starting to pop off. Micah Parsons in this game is also able to get a sack and a half and 2 TFLs. Surprisingly, this week we lost to the Giants 30-17. Jackson Dart has a bad game and throws 2 picks, but that does not compare to Jordan Love. 45 QBR, 1 touchdown to 4 pick ratio, gets sacked 4 times on the day, and his completion percentage is 55%. Terrible day. Josh Jacobs is able to pick up some of the slack with 17 carries for 88 yards, but it's not going to be enough. In this game, Tucker Kraft and Matthew Golden had a solid day, and Christian Watson continues to be a touchdown machine. We are currently 7-3 on the season. We rank 8th in offensive points per game, 21st in passing yards, 15th in rushing yards, but this defense is outstanding. 2nd in opponents' points per game, 4th in passing yards, and 1st in opponent rushing yards. And Micah Parsons is leading the league in sacks with 15 and 9 TFLs, just in front of Max Crosby and Trey Hendrickson. Josh Jacobs is also 3rd in rushing behind Christian McCaffrey and Derrick Henry. Let's take a look at what the lineup is looking like about halfway through the season. Matthew Golden, only with star development, is up to a 79. We've got Jaden Reed on the other side is up to an 83, and Christian Watson's up to an 83 as well. We've got Josh Jacobs up to a 93, and Jordan Love is up to an 88. The defense is looking about the same. Micah Parsons is up to a 99 overall. We've also got some solid development on our corners. Nate Hobbs, Keyshawn Nixon, and Carrington Valentine. He has had a couple chances to break out so far, but has not been able to do so. Currently, we sit in 2nd place in the NFC North, and we are currently in the 6th seed. We are right behind the Detroit Lions, who are holding the #1 seed currently. Surprisingly, the Dallas Cowboys are in 1st place in the NFC East, and they are 2nd overall in the conference standings. Next, we have back-to-back-to-back divisional games, so let's see how we did. In Week 12, we were able to secure a win against J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings, 30-13. Jordan Love is able to bounce back. He has 287 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick in this game. Josh Jacobs has a solid day, and Marshawn Lloyd, our backup running back, is going to get a touchdown. Christian Watson continues to impress. 8 receptions, almost 200 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. Jaden Reed also with a standout performance. He notches 7 receptions for 85 yards and a touchdown. On defense, Ivan Pace Jr. is able to pick off Jordan Love in this game, leading us in sacks. Rashawn Gary is able to get 3 sacks on the day. Devontae White's going to get 1 along with 2 TFLs, and Micah Parsons is going to get a sack as well. In Week 13, we take the Detroit Lions to OT and just barely lose. We are now 1-1 on the season against each other. Jordan Love had a solid game with 229 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he throws 20 of 29. Josh Jacobs has a solid day on the ground, 19 carries for 84 yards. We get pummeled by the backfield duo on the ground as David Montgomery notches 3 touchdowns on the day. This week, Jaden Reed had a great game, 9 receptions for 89 yards and a touchdown. In this game, Micah Parsons is going to get a sack and a TFL, and we also are able to get a sack from Carl Brooks. In Week 14, we give up 10 unanswered in the 4th quarter, and we lose to the Bears by just 3 points. That's brutal. Jordan Love and Caleb Williams both have pretty mediocre days. Great game from Josh Jacobs as he finishes with 11 carries for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caleb Williams was running all over the field today also. Our standout receivers in this game were Matthew Golden, Romeo Doubs, and Tucker Kraft, who's able to get a touchdown. Keyshawn Nix is able to pick off Caleb Williams in this game, and Jordan Love is picked off by Stephon Gilmore. I guess the CPU decided to pick him up because he is a free agent. Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary pair with a half sack and 2 TFLs on the day. We are 8-5 on the season, left in the year. We are going to the Broncos. We are going to play at the Bears. We will play the Ravens at home, and then we will finish on the road against the Vikings. Right now, we are sitting at 5th in the playoff race, and if the season were to end today, we would play the Carolina Panthers. This week, we narrowly beat the Denver Broncos, who were 11-2 at the time of this game. crucial win for this team. Jordan Love throws 20 for 25 in this game for 217 yards and 2 touchdowns. Josh Jacobs also has a solid day with 16 carries for 79 yards. Also, Marshawn Lloyd with just 2 carries is going to steal another one of Josh Jacobs' touchdowns. We had solid games with Matthew Golden. He had 5 receptions for 64 yards. Tucker Kraft had 5 receptions for 46 yards. Jaden Reed had 4 receptions for 45 yards, and he got a touchdown. Christian Watson also had 3 receptions for 36 yards. He was able to get a touchdown also. On defense, Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary pair with 2 sacks apiece. Here in Week 16, Green Bay is able to get their revenge on the Bears, and they will take the dub. Jordan Love has a solid game with 261 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Josh Jacobs has a solid day with 17 carries for 77 yards and a touchdown. Caleb Williams continues to run all over this defense. Great game from Jaden Reed in this one. He'll get 6 receptions for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. Matthew Golden is going to grab 6 receptions for 62 yards. And Christian Watson continues to be a touchdown machine. He gets 4 receptions for 58 yards and a touchdown. Just 1 sack total in this game is going to go to Rashawn Gary. But Micah Parsons is still out here making plays. He gets 2 TFLs on the day. We are 10-5 on the season. Big game here against the Baltimore Ravens. It was a close one, but we are not able to get it done. We had a shootout in the 4th quarter, and we are just barely going to lose this game 27-22. Lamar has a solid game, although he throws a pick. He does not get taken down once in this game. Jordan Love definitely could have played better. He threw 19 for 30 for 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. Solid games coming from Josh Jacobs and Derrick Henry, the face of running backs in this league. We have a great game from our receiver out of North Dakota State, 6'4", Christian Watson. He gets 6 receptions, 92 yards, and 2 touchdowns on the day. Also a solid game coming from Matthew Golden as he notches 5 receptions for just 63 yards. We were not able to get a sack today, but Xavier McKinney is able to get a pick, and former Green Bay Packer Jair Alexander picks off Jordan Love in this game. In the last game of the season, Green Bay is able to get it done in a low-scoring game, 14-3 against the Minnesota Vikings. Jordan Love definitely could have had a better game, but not nearly as poorly as J.J. McCarthy played, as he threw 3 picks. Great game from Josh Jacobs, 19 attempts for 88 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Reed has a solid game here, outplaying Justin Jefferson, and Matthew Golden is also able to get a touchdown in this one. J.J. McCarthy gets picked off in this game by Keaton Oladapo. Sorry if I butchered that. Javon Bullard and Edgerrin Cooper. Mekhi Blackman is able to pick us off, but he is not even on the Vikings anymore. He's on the Colts. We finished this season 11-6, and we will be making the wild card, where we will have to play the Carolina Panthers, who we already played and beat this season 31-13. Here is what the playoff bracket is looking like. On the left side, we have a lot of surprise teams. The Broncos and the Bengals are going to make it, but more surprisingly, the Tennessee Titans and my Las Vegas Raiders are going to make the playoffs. In the NFC, you've got Detroit finishing with the 1 seed. The Cowboys make the playoffs and are going to have to play the Eagles in the first round. The Cowboys finished this season 9-8 and are still competing without Micah. Surprising teams to make it, like the Arizona Cardinals and the Carolina Panthers, but the Carolina Panthers are playing in a terrible division, so that does kind of make sense. Here are your league leaders on the season. Unfortunately, we do not finish with anyone. Micah Parsons was not getting as many sacks in the later half of the season as he was in the first half. Let's take a look at the team stats from this season. Jordan Love finishes 11th in passing yards, 9th in passing touchdowns, and 8th in passer rating. Josh Jacobs is going to finish 5th in rushing yards, 9th in touchdowns, should be higher, 4th in carries. Christian Watson, 9th in receiving yards, 2nd in touchdowns, and 23rd in receptions. Jordan Love has a solid year as he throws for 3,700 yards with a 68% completion percentage and average 110 QBR, with 34 touchdowns and just 9 picks. Rushing, Josh Jacobs is going to finish averaging 5 yards per carry this season with almost 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns with just 1 fumble. Marshawn Lloyd is going to steal 6 of these touchdowns from Josh Jacobs. Imagine if he had 15, I bet he'd be leading the league. Here are our receiving stats. 77 receptions apiece for Christian Watson and Matthew Golden. but Christian Watson finishes with almost 400 more yards and 13 more touchdowns. Wow. Jaden Reed is going to have 70 receptions for almost 800 yards on the season and 8 touchdowns. And Tucker Kraft is going to finish with 54 receptions for 544 yards and 3 touchdowns. Romeo Doubs had a quiet role with this team since we are so stacked at receiver. Now let's take a look at the O-line. Rasheed Walker gives up 14 sacks. Elton Jenkins gives up 8. Aaron Banks is going to give up 7, Zach Tom will give up 5, and Jordan Morgan gives up 5. Leading the team in sacks, Micah Parsons with 20.5, just behind the league leaders. He also gets 17 TFLs and 71 total tackles. Rashawn Gary also has a great season with 9.5 sacks and 11 TFLs. Devontae Wyatt gets 6 sacks and 9 TFLs. Quay Walker is going to get 4 sacks, 8 TFLs, an interception, and 83 tackles. Isaiah McDuffie finishes the season with 2 sacks, 5 TFLs, 38 tackles. Edgerrin Cooper, only a sack and a half and 6 TFLs. He leads the team in tackles with 114. And he also got 2 interceptions this year and 9 pass deflections. Carl Brooks is going to finish the year with a sack and a half and 6 TFLs. Lucas Van Ness finishes the season with just 1 sack and 1 TFL. We might have to get rid of him soon. Our interception leaders for this season, Javon Bullard is going to get 3. Carrington Valentine is going to get 3, all coming from the same game. Adrian Cooper gets 2. Keyshawn Nixon gets 2. Xavier McKinney gets 2. And Nate Hobbs gets 2. Quay Walker and Keaton Oladapo both notch 1. We had a bunch of pass deflections from these 4 guys right here. Nate Hobbs with 9, Xavier McKinney with 8, Keyshawn Nixon with 10, and Edgerrin Cooper with 9. Here is what the offense is looking like going into the playoffs. Everyone has progressed a little bit. I am very surprised Christian Watson has not gotten a dev up. On defense, Nate Hobbs has progressed nicely, as well as Javon Bullard, Rashawn Gary, Quay Walker, and Edgerrin Cooper. We finished the season 9th in points per game, 11th in passing yards, 14th in rushing yards. Our defense was incredible this season. 1st in opponents' points per game, 5th in opponent passing yards, and 4th in opponent rushing yards. Carolina Panthers overall do not look that solid, except they are great at defending the pass. Our top 3 is Micah, Xavier McKinney, and Josh Jacobs. His is now 99 overall defensive tackle, Derek Brown. He's got J.C. Horn, and he's got Chuba Hubbard. We're hopping straight into this game. We are an 85 overall team, and the Carolina Panthers are an 82 overall. Let's go. We put the first points on the board. They tie it up right before half. We've got a 2-minute drill. We do not capitalize. It's 7-7 going into the half. We are able to put up another touchdown in the 3rd quarter, and Nate Hobbs is going to be able to get an interception for us. We put up another touchdown. We're going to go up 21-7. They are going to put up a touchdown and go for 2. It is now 21-15. We've got a big end of game drive. And we are able to hold on. The Green Bay Packers are going to win in the wild card. Very interesting game for Jordan Love as he throws 10 for 17 for just 91 yards, a touchdown, but no interception. He throws no interceptions, but I can't say the same for Bryce Young as he throws for 40 more yards, but 2 interceptions in this game, which is going to cost him. Great game for Josh Jacobs on the ground as he finishes with 17 carries for 97 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tedoroa McMillan had a pretty good game on the day. Adam Thielen had a good game. He helped them make the playoffs, even though he is on the Minnesota Vikings. Not a lot of receiving yards for any of our guys, but Christian Watson, of course, he is able to get a touchdown in this one. We knew we had the pick with Nate Hobbs, but Carrington Valentine is able to grab one in this game as well. We were also able to grab half sacks from Cooper, Micah Parsons, Devontae Wyatt, and Rashawn Gary. Micah Parsons adds on to his total of 1 career playoff sack. Here is a look at the playoff bracket, and could this have been any more perfect? The Dallas Cowboys are going to be facing the Green Bay Packers in the 2nd round. Hopefully this game goes at least a little bit like last time. In this game, Jalen Tolbert has a monster day, leading this team to a victory over the Eagles. Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs are able to get crucial picks to lead this team. Kenny Clark in this game didn't put up barely any stats. He just had 2 tackles. Arizona is somehow able to pull the win off against San Francisco in this one. Big game from James Conner on the ground as he gets 2 touchdowns. And Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to put this team on his back to make it to the 2nd round. Now in the AFC, the Bills get stunned in the 1st round as they take the loss to the Chargers, as Justin Herbert plays a near perfect playoff game. Isaiah likely plays a huge role in this victory, and Derwin James is also able to pick off Josh Allen. The Denver Broncos are also upset by the Cincinnati Bengals in an offensive masterclass. Bo Nix has an incredible game, but Joe Burrow has a better one. He's got ice in his veins. 46 completions out of 59 attempts, 420 yards, 5 touchdowns on the day. Wow. A shocking story in the AFC. The Tennessee Titans are very good, and they are able to upset my Raiders. Geno has a great game, 84% completion percentage, but it's not going to be enough. Tyler Lockett and Okonkwo, their tight end, both play big roles in this game and get touchdowns. Eric Stokes, former Green Bay Packers, able to get an interception in this game, but it's just not going to be enough. Now we have the rematch, the Cowboys versus the Packers. The first one was a thriller. Micah Parsons against the Dallas Cowboys is happening 2 times in his first season gone. Let's get straight into it. The divisional will be played in Lambeau Field. Jordan Love is hyping them boys up. They're ready to go. We are both going to put up early touchdowns to tie this game. Green Bay is able to notch a field goal to go up 3. And they put up another touchdown going 17-7. But Dallas responds. It's now 17-14. A minute and 12 seconds left. We got a 2-minute drill. They got to make a play. They are not able to convert there, and we're going into the second half, 17-14. Going into the fourth quarter, we've got the same score. We've got a red zone alert. Let's see if this team can convert. Third down alert, and they are going to score a touchdown, going up 2 possessions with just 3 minutes left. Let's see if this defense can make a stand. And they are going to get the stop. Green Bay gets this ball back, and I think this is going to be it. They go up 31-14, and Green Bay is going to the NFC Championship. Micah Parsons has been criticized in the past for not playing up to expectations in the playoffs, so let's see how he did. Kenny Clark is able to get a sack and a TFL this game. Micah Parsons is not able to get a sack this game, but he gets 3 TFLs. He's still making plays out there. What really made the difference in this game was QB play. Jordan Love has an efficient game, 210 yards with a touchdown. Dak Prescott throws for only 81 yards, throwing just 12 passes in this game. Josh Jacobs and Marshawn Lloyd both have solid games on the ground. Here you can see our receiving stats for this game. 4 for 37 for Christian Watson, 4 for 77 for Jaden Reed, 4 for 41 for Matthew Golden, and the guy to get the touchdown, Tucker Kraft, 3 receptions for 47 yards. The 4 teams remaining, 2 of them are very surprising. The Arizona Cardinals and the Tennessee Titans have made it to their conference championship games. In the NFC, the Cardinals just barely scraped by, getting a 27-24 win against Detroit. Kyler Murray has a great game, and Jared Goff has a pretty decent game too, but he throws a pick in this one, which might be the difference maker. You can see James Conner had a solid game on the ground. A former Raider in Zay Jones has a great game here in the playoffs when it matters most. Big game from rookie Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss with a sack and 2 TFLs. The first-round pick is showing why he was a first-round pick. In the corner, Garrett Williams is able to pick off Jared Goff in this one, securing the dub. The battle of the Harbaugh brothers ends in a very close game, but Baltimore is going to squeak out the victory 21-19. Great game from Lamar here, as he only throws 12 passes, but very efficiently, and Justin Herbert comes back down to earth for this one. Great games for Amari and Hampton and Derrick Henry on the ground. My guy Quentin Johnson out of TCU has a great game, and Mark Andrews has a solid game as well in the playoffs, but it's not going to be enough. Quentin Johnson has a solid game on the day, but it's not going to be enough, and Mark Andrews has a comeback performance from last year in that game. Another shootout for the Bengals, but Tennessee and Cam Ward are going to be able to beat them in their own expertise. Joe Burrow has a great game, 360 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Cam Ward only throws 1 touchdown. We got to see where all these touchdowns came from. Tony Pollard and Tyjae Spears and Cam Ward as well put up 5 touchdowns on the ground and run all over Cincinnati. Jamar Chase had a monster day, 9 receptions, 177 yards, and 4 touchdowns. It's just not going to be enough. Let's get straight into this NFC Championship game. They're an 84 overall. They've got Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Budda Baker as their top 3. Our top 3 X Factors, Micah Parsons and Xavier McKinney on defense, and superstar running back Josh Jacobs. We're an 86 overall. We are in Lambeau Field for this NFC Championship. Let's see if we can get it done. We start by going down 3-0. We are in the red zone. Let's see if we can respond. 3rd down, and we are going to put up 7. We put up another 7, and we are up 14-3 going into the half. Let's see if we can put up some more points. We put up another touchdown. We are now up 21-3. We kick another field goal going up 24-3, and this game is over. The Packers in year 1 are going to the Super Bowl. We put up another score. The Packers win it 31-3. Jordan Love finishes with an extremely efficient game. 14 for 16, 209 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Kyler Murray, not so much, as he throws 2 picks on the day. James Conner and Josh Jacobs both finish the day with solid rushing yards. Jaden Reed and Josh Jacobs have great games. Jaden Reed and Josh Jacobs both finish with great receiving games. Micah Parsons is going to get a sack and a TFL for us in this one. Let's see who got these picks for us. Carrington Valentine and Xavier McKinney are able to get picks and help us dominate the Arizona Cardinals in the NFC Championship. I am guessing that the Baltimore Ravens took care of the Tennessee Titans, but hey, you never know. It is Super Bowl time, and as expected, we are playing the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore was able to win in a close game, 21-16. Lamar Jackson, just 100 passing yards, but extremely efficient, 12 of 13, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Cam Ward throws for 157 yards, a touchdown, and an interception in this game. He throws 16 of 24. Something I have noticed with the Ravens is they are extremely good at avoiding sacks. Lamar Jackson does not take any in this game. Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson run all over the Tennessee Titans instead of the Tennessee Titans running all over their opponent like last game. Madubuike, Kyle Van Noy, and Teddy Buchanan were able to get sacks, which helped them secure this dub. Kyle Hamilton recently signed to, I believe, a 4-year, $100 million extension in the past couple days, is able to get a pick for this team when it matters most. And we are now in the Super Bowl, where we will be playing the Baltimore Ravens. Let's see if Green Bay can get it done after going all in for Micah Parsons. They've got the ball on the 17-yard line here in the first quarter. Let's see if we can make a play with Micah. They're going with the read option. He's going to fumble it. Rashawn Gary knocks it out, but Lamar will pick it back up, and they will lose just 3 on the play. Here on 2nd and long, we are going to bring a blitz, see if we can get to the edge. He is going to check it down, and we will light him up. He will pick up just 7 there. Here on 3rd and 6, we will drop back into coverage with Edgerrin Cooper. He's going to run it. We light him up, and we make him fumble, and we are going to recover it in the Super Bowl. What a play from Edgerrin Cooper, and Keyshawn Nixon is going to pick it up. The Green Bay Packers have gotten the ball back. What a hit from Edgerrin Cooper there, as we can see it on a replay, and Lamar is going to fumble in the red zone in the playoffs. Lamar's playoff troubles continue, and now Jordan Love is going to come out on this field and see if he can lead them to a touchdown. Baltimore is able to get the ball back, and they will put up 7. We've got red zone alert, and we respond with 7. It's a tie ball game. 2 minutes left in the first half. They answer right away. We've got a 2-minute drill. Let's hop in. 1 minute and 23 seconds left. We're on the 30-yard line. We're down 7. We got 3 timeouts. Let's see if we can make something happen. We're going to start with a screen pass to Josh Jacobs. Let's see if he can get to the outside. Throw a stiff arm, Josh. We've got 3rd and 3 here, and we need a big gain. Why not throw it up? His DB gets to the outside, but it's going to be too far and out of bounds. We now have 4th and 3. We are going to go for it. They are coming out in prevent, so we will have a quick pass to the outside to Matthew Golden. He breaks the edge. He's going to get to the 28-yard line and out of bounds with just 26 seconds left. Here on 2nd and 10, just 22 seconds left. We got to make a play. We hit Matthew Golden. He's going to get a first down, go down. We've got 16 seconds left and just 1 timeout. Can we finish this drive with 7? Wait for it to develop. We get hit. Can he make the dot? Jaden Reed is going to catch it. Jordan Love with an amazing throw, and we are going to put up 7 just before half. We have gone through the third quarter. No points yet, but Baltimore is going to put up 7. We've got a third down. We've got another third down. Can we convert? Red zone alert, and we are going to score 21-21. 3 minutes left. Let's see if this defense can make a stop. They are driving down the field, and they don't score. We've got overtime. We are going to hop in for OT. We'll start this with a play action. We've got B wide open. Who is that? Jaden Reed again with a huge gain. We are now in our opponent's territory. 1st and 10 from the 43. Matthew Golden, can you get separation? He is wide open. Matthew Golden, that 4.3 speed is showing, and the Packers are going to put up 7 in OT. They answer right back in OT, and we need a score so we can end this game. They answer right back. All we need is a field goal. Now we're going to start with a handoff to Josh Jacobs. He cuts back. He's got a lane to the 50, to the 40, to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Josh Jacobs, 80-yard run to win the Super Bowl. And he's going to gritty as he gets his first Super Bowl ring in his career. Shout out to Josh Jacobs, former Raider. That reminds me of an OT playoff run about 4 or 5 years ago where he had about an 80, 90-yard touchdown walk-off run in OT against the Seahawks. That is going to be it. Your Green Bay Packers have won the Super Bowl against the Baltimore Ravens 34-28. Xavier McKinney wants that ring. Josh Jacobs and Rashawn Gary pour Gatorade all over Matt LaFleur. Roquan Smith is sad. You see Jordan Love. Jordan Love is 27 years old, and he is going to get his first ring, just as Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre did at 27. Here we have Roger Goodell, the commissioner, handing off that Super Bowl trophy to Matt LaFleur, and Green Bay hosts the Lombardi once again. Jordan Love plays an incredible game, throwing 4 touchdown passes and no interceptions. Josh Jacobs with an 81-yard run to end this game. Just 8 carries for 114 yards and a touchdown in this one. Lamar Jackson is going to have 2 crucial fumbles in this game. Derrick Henry's going to get one too, but Lamar Jackson is feeding the stigma that he cannot play playoff football. Mark Andrews has a great game, but it's not going to be enough. Matthew Golden, our rookie wide receiver out of Texas, 5 receptions for 84 yards and 2 touchdowns. Christian Watson, 4 for 51 and a touchdown. Tucker Kraft, 3 for 41. And Jaden Reed with 2 crucial catches in this game. 2 receptions, 42 yards, and a touchdown in this one. Micah Parsons wasn't able to get a sack in this one, but it doesn't matter. He's going to get a TFL. Rashawn Gary gets 2 TFLs. Rashawn Gary gets 2 forced fumbles. I thought that was Edgerrin Cooper, but it might have been Rashawn Gary. I'm sorry about that. Let's take a look at the yearly awards. Joe Burrow gets MVP. Coach of the Year is going to go to Pete Carroll. Offensive Player of the Year in the NFC is going to go to Devontae Smith. Defensive Player of the NFC goes to Aiden Hutchin. Micah Parsons is just behind him. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to none other than our boy Matthew Golden. Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to go to Jalen Walker. Best QB is going to go to Jalen Hurts, but we have Jordan Love here at 5. Best running back goes to Saquon, but we have Josh Jacobs here at 6. Best wide receiver goes to Devontae Smith, but we have Christian Watson here at 4. In the AFC, Offensive Player of the Year, of course, Joe Burrow. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Alex Highsmith. Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to go to Ashton Genty. And Defensive Rookie of the Year is going to go to Oluwafemi Oladejo, I believe. Best quarterback, Josh Allen. Are we serious? Joe Burrow's not getting that? Okay. Best running back goes to Derrick Henry. Best wide receiver goes to Jacoby Myers, who just requested a trade from the Raiders. Wow. Amari Cooper, who should have also been on the Raiders, is going to get 4th. Imagine if he was on the Raiders were already a playoff team. That is going to be it for today's video. If you are still watching, I appreciate you. Let me know if you want season 2 of this. Comment down below who we should sign in free agency and especially who we should draft. I know we don't have our first round picks, but we still got 2 through 7. Thanks for watching, guys, and until next time.